Gun control has been a never-ending solution due to the fast increase in crime, the fight for the right to own a handgun, and the information for legislation for gun control in order to reduce the crime in the United States. Our status quo states that approximately only 7 out of 10, 50 states have a provision in their state constitutions, such as New York, Kansas, Colorado, Maryland, Connecticut, Alaska, and Utah, where laws have been passed. According to the estimates from citing shootings, 1,100,000 gun-related deaths and serious injuries occur each year. More than 16,000 of these deaths are suicide. In a single year, 3,761 children and teens are being killed by gunfire in the United States. That's one child almost every 2.5 hours, 10 children every day, and more than 70 children every week. This is why we, the affirmative side, believe stricter laws ought to be passed to limit the sale and use of guns in the United States. Some definition and terms you should know are gun control. Gun control is a regulation of the selling, owning, and use of guns. Another is restriction, which limits and conditions or measures, especially a legal one. And we value public safety. One reason why we should have stricter laws on gun control is violence. Government contractor killed 12 people during a rampage at the Washington Navy Yard before the police killed him in a gun battle. On December 14, 2012, a tragedy had occurred. 26 people were shot and killed in the Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newton, Connecticut. The saddest part was that 20 of those children were only under the age of 10. Now imagine how devastated their parents were to know that they let off their kids to school one morning and to find out later on that their child was dead. Another reason why we must have gun enforcement is to limit the kinds of weapons people could own. In 1934, federal gun law restricted the sale of ownership of high-risk weapons such as machine guns and sawed-off shotguns. Why would someone want to own an automatic weapon? You might think people need it for their activities or sports, but really, do you need a weapon that shoots many bullets one after the other very fast? Because I know you wouldn't use a machine gun for self-defense, making you look like the Terminator. My third argument is to prevent accidents from happening. The Second Amendment does not endorse or prescribe gun use. It only grants people the right to own a gun. Last year in Georgia, on Memorial Day, Cassie Culper, 11 years old, was in the car with her 12-year-old brother, which was playing with the pistol his dad has lent him to scare coyotes. Thinking he had removed all the bullets, he pointed the pistol at Cassie, his sister, and squeezed the trigger. It fired and she was dead. Our three arguments relate to our value premise because we value public safety. And we believe we won't have safety unless we limit the use of guns because it is one cause of deaths in the United States. Thank you.
So, do you value your safety as well as your freedom?
Yes.
So wouldn't you agree with me if I said that new gun control laws would be limiting our freedom that we fought so hard to gain?
No.
Why?
Because it's lives.
Alright, question. Imagine this. Someone invades your home and you don't know what they're packing. So wouldn't you do anything and everything to protect you and your family?
Yes.
Alright then, so wouldn't guns be anything and everything?
No, I just take them out of the house.
Take them out of the house? What if you're upstairs? You jump through the window?
You know, maybe.
Alright, what if you got a baby? Check them out the window? Okay. Alright, did you know that the government gets billions of dollars from federal taxes, thus supporting our U.S. economy?
Yes.
Alright then. So why would the government want to pay to stop an industry that helps our already struggling economy?
I don't know.
So I would be correct by saying that these new gun control laws would be limiting our freedom, affecting our safety, and hurting our economy.
Well, if you're trading in freedom for safety, if you're, I don't know how to put this.
Oh, good dude, that's all I have now. I'm out.
This is a quote from our Second Amendment, which is found in the Constitution. This means we have the freedom to carry weapons, and stricter gun control laws will not work. The current status of gun control laws are 44 out of 50 states have constitutional provision protecting the right to keep and bear arms. Stricter gun control laws ineffectively limit our freedom. My first argument is guns don't kill people, people kill people. If someone really wanted to kill someone and they didn't have a gun, they're still going to find another way to kill them. So if we didn't have guns, they're still going to find other ways to kill the person they want to kill. People who want to obtain guns, they have to go through a 14-hour course and pass a test, and then pass series of other checks like mental checks or like background checks, and this year through November, the government, the FBI has made more than 16,000 background checks on gun purchasers, and then my third argument is stricter gun control laws create economy and governing distress. If we make stricter gun control laws, the government will have to waste more money enforcing these laws. And our government is already in debt, and we don't have money to waste in inefficient laws that are not going to work. In 2014, from one single tax dollar, 13.6 cents went to federal debt, while 3.5 cents went to education. Wouldn't we want to waste more money on things that we need, like education, instead of gun control laws that aren't going to work? And so there shouldn't be stricter gun control laws to limit the sale and use of guns.
So before I start, can you answer my questions, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, have you ever lost a loved one?
No.
Were you aware of the Sandy Hook shooting?
Yes.
Did you feel bad for the innocent children that died?
Yes.
Could you imagine the pain it brought to their parents?
No, because I'm not their parents.
What if that was your child? Wouldn't you feel anger towards the killer?
I mean, I'll be sad that my children are dead, but I mean...
You just said answer yes or no.
Yeah.
If you knew the criminal was in possession of a gun, wouldn't you want to limit the use of guns?
No.
But your child was just killed. Wouldn't you want to restrict the limit to use guns?
Okay, but if I restrict the limits of use of guns, how about what are the police going to have? They're not going to be able to
I'm
stop
not
all
talking
the...
about, I'm talking about
Well, I'm
children.
talking.
Well, I'm talking about
Oh no, yeah, we're doing so
I'm
well.
talking about children, not policing.
Okay, so what does that have to do?
I'm
The
saying-
police is the one that arrested the man that...
No, I'm saying the killer killed your son.
Okay.
So, wouldn't you want to restrict the guns that people could have used? I'm not talking about
No, I
police.
wouldn't. I wouldn't want to restrict guns.
I don't know.
You give up?
Oh
While my opponents didn't state their value premise, we value.
no.
Now our value of public safety is more important than their arguments because we worry about the safety of people's lives. While their arguments are certainly important, but safety is more important because people's lives are being lost. What would you prefer? Keeping your life or losing a little bit of your freedom? Therefore, by choosing my opponent's side, it's basically like putting your life in the hands of a criminal. One of the arguments our opponents said about our idea was guns don't kill people, people kill people. When Ricky stated guns don't kill people, I don't understand that saying because do guns shoot themselves? I don't think so. Furthermore, yes, we are going to spend a lot of money with stricter gun laws, but spending money on your own country shouldn't harm you at all. And with these stricter gun laws, many more lives would be saved. This is a public safety issue, and this is why I believe we, the affirmative side, should win because it's a serious matter that should be taken seriously because of the gun violence, preventing gun accidents, limiting the gun weapons people can own. Yes, there is a right to bear arms, but there is no right to take a life with a gun.
My opponent, Ernie, said that 400,000 people are killed annually by guns. But the truth is as my homie, Ricky, stated that guns don't kill people, people kill people. A gun is an inanimate object that requires somebody with a bad intention to do something with it. He said that if a person's motivation is strong enough to kill somebody, they'll find other means to do so, whether it be pipe bomb, chainsaw, stuff like that. There have been mass shootings, but those are all things that can be prevented with like other things than new laws. If they keep the current laws the way that they are, then that'd be good. Because the average response time of a policeman is about 13 minutes, and a lot can happen within 13 minutes. So if there was somebody who was there at the right time, in the right place, they could stop it before anything bad could happen. Just like on May 25th in Nevada, a concealed carry owner stopped a mass shooting before the police were even called. Now, as I stated before, the U.S. benefits greatly from the sales of guns and ammunition. They get $5.1 billion in tax dollars. And just to spend money to stop an industry that brings in a lot of money just seems a bit unwise. So people believe that the removal of guns would be an effective way of stopping all this violence. But how do you intend to do that? There are 310 million guns that are in the U.S. alone. And to take those away is unrealistic. And how are you going to take that away? You can't. It doesn't matter about what types of guns that we use or own. It just matters about our constitutional rights and our ability to practice those rights. So whether it be owning an AK-47 or an M16, whatever you want, it doesn't matter, own it. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, buddy. I'm ready.
200 years ago, women didn't have rights, but today, women have rights now. 200 years ago, you had the right to own a gun, but the U.S. never said what type. I'm sure a semi-automatic handgun or assault rifle wouldn't be needed for safety. One of my opponent's arguments was the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment says, a well-regulated militia, being necessary for the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms, shall not be infringed. This amendment says, a well-regulated militia. The definition of militia is a military force that is raised from the civil population to supplement a regular army in an emergency. So pretty much, you can grab a group of people and arm them with deadly weapons. That group of people is able to go up to a U.S. military and fight them. Obviously, the U.S. can take on anyone. Lastly, when this Constitution was written, there was only 840 troops in service. So the military was supplemented with militia. But today, in 2013, there is over 1.4 million troops with 600,000 reserve military. So there is no need for militia to supplement our military. My opponent, Ricky, stated that guns guarantee your safety, but over 400,000 people have been killed by guns. Also, police who care about you, about your safety, and are here to watch for you, are shot by criminals. More further, teens shoot other teens due to gangs, fights, and accidents. In 2011, according to gunpolicy.org, over 32,000 were killed by guns caused by crimes and accidents. With more evidence, over 300 million guns were bought all over the U.S. That is more guns there are around the U.S. than there are people. And going back to what Anais stated, for a month ago, there was a mass shooting at the Washington Navy Yard. 12 were killed and 12 were wounded. The weapon used was a shotgun, which is the deadliest weapons to use at close range. Now, I'm not saying you can't protect yourself, but what type of weapon is necessary? An AK-47, an M4? I don't think so, because these types of weapons are used for wars. Having an overpowered gun, such as an AK, wouldn't be necessary for anyone to keep at home for safety. Also, why would these weapons even be sold to us? You never know, that person can go up to the school and shoot at students and teachers like it has happened before. To restate our position, we believe in stricter gun control laws because of violence, to prevent crimes, and the kinds of weapons people are allowed to have. In conclusion, we believe stricter gun laws ought to be passed for the safety of America. Thank you.